the second thing I would say is you can see quite clearly within this falling wedge, you formed an inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish reversal pattern with a neckline of about 64.7, 64.6, thereabouts, right? You take the height of this inverse head and shoulders, superimpose it from the side of breakout. You get, once again, your Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for almost daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is May 6th, 2024. And as promised, I'm going to share my immediate short-term targets for Bitcoin's price action. If that sounds interesting to you, then watch me until the very end. This is something that I did yesterday for my supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. As you can see, I broke down where I thought Bitcoin was going and why. If that interests you, then just click on the Buy Me a Coffee link in the pinned comment below and simply buy me a coffee to become a lifetime supporter. In any case, here's where I think Bitcoin's going in the next 24 to 72 hours. And I say that with good reason. Here you can see that I've turned on the moon phases indicator. You can see here moon phases indicator. And, you know, for those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, tomorrow is a new moon, okay? The lunar phases are really important when it comes to markets, financial markets. Apparently, they seem to be very responsive to market sort of inflections, okay? So tops and bottoms. And new moons typically represent local market tops, as you can see. Local market top, local market top. Those are two new moons that we've had in the past 60 days. Full moons represent local market bottoms, as you can see here. Local market bottom, okay? So it's not perfect, especially when you're dealing with a consolidative range. But even in consolidation, you can see some patterns where the full moons and the new moons indicate those inflective points of the price action, okay? This would be, see, this one is really off in terms of our having a full moon representing a local market bottom, yet we thereafter bottomed, even went down even more, okay, from there. So that's tricky. It's not 100%. So, you know, this is to be taken with a grain of salt, and I'm glad actually we have this example just so everybody knows it's not 100%. In my experience, these lunar events are most accurate in impulsive markets, in trending markets. Right now, you can see for the past 60 days, we've been in a sideways consolidation market. So in any case, let's get ahead with the target. I believe that we come up here, okay? And this is how this works. The studies, the research has shown that we typically hit the local market top or local market bottom on the lunar phase 0 to 3 days after the lunar phase presents. So tomorrow is the 7th of May, and that should be day 0 for the new moon. So 0 to 3 days after, that would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday would be day 3, would be the final day. So essentially, I believe with high likelihood that we form a local market top from tomorrow, between tomorrow and Friday. And so I think that we get that move to this high and subsequently we come down. So this is why it's important, because if you notice local market tops, right, what ensues is a drawdown. What ensues is a drawdown. I think we get that drawdown when we come down here, okay? Now, I don't believe that that drawdown is going to be sort of the end of Bitcoin in this range. No, no, no. If anything, I feel like this would be great. A move up here and a move down here. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. Let me start off by saying it is very clear that Bitcoin has been in this falling wedge and broke out of this falling wedge right here, okay, on Saturday, and has since then been retesting this falling wedge as support. Previous resistance turns into new support. Okay, let's zoom in really quickly and drop down a time frame just so everybody can see that more clearly. As you can see here, we broke this falling wedge. I think it's like a 2-week falling wedge. Broken, retested, and here you're getting a really nice W inverse head and shoulders retest, as you can see right here. Okay, so you're basically, you broke that and you retested it. If without that, it is unlikely that you can with a high degree of probability see the price continuing on from this consolidation here. Okay, so that is really good. That is really confidence inspiring, the fact that we broke and retested all of this. Okay, and again, all of this is referring to the past 25 days, okay, not even 2 weeks, almost a month worth of price action, broken and retested. Now, where are we going? If this happens in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, it has to happen quickly. 1, 2, it should be quite obvious where it's going, okay? So there are 3 things that tell me where this is going. The first is, if we can just consider this falling wedge and use our skills in pattern analysis, take the height of the falling wedge, superimpose it from the site of breakout, that would give us this target right here at the top, right? So that is one way to get a target at the falling of a falling wedge. Another way is simply to target the top of the wedge, right? Falling wedges typically break up, and the target is the top of the wedge. Okay, so once again, we're getting a target of about 73,200 right here. Okay, the second thing I would say is you can see quite clearly within this falling wedge, you formed an inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish reversal pattern with a neckline of about 64.7, 64.6, thereabouts, right? You take the height of this inverse head and shoulders, superimpose it from the side of breakout, you get, once again, your $73,200 target for Bitcoin, okay? And the third and last thing, and all of this is what we call confluence, various means to ascertain a similar or a single target. Okay, so if I have 3 different ways telling me that the chart is likely targeting this price point, then that's called confluence, and that gives more confidence to that trading thesis, that trading plan. Okay, and the last way is consider the fact that we've been in this 60-day channel, 60+ day channel. Okay, remember, channels have 3 most important aspects: the bottom support, the top resistance, and the midline, which is resistance when you're below it, support when you're above it. If we were to go, and this we would call, I've talked about this before, in Wyckoff analysis, you would call that a I just thought about forgetting it because I forgot it last time I was on video. It starts with an S. I can't remember what it's called right now. In any case, it's called something where you dip below the support line. So you observe the support and you dip below, but it's not bearish, it's actually bullish because you promptly move up. So despite this, we still have a clear support line. That's the only reason I'm mentioning this. Again, I'm for some reason choosing to forget this name, but it's not important. Most of you guys who follow my work know exactly what this is called in Wyckoff analysis. I want to say it starts with an S. In any case, I'm not going to let it bother me. The idea is, given your three aspects of this channel, you know that you go from support to resistance, but then you always have to retest the midline. So I think the next move is quite obviously going to be one that goes up from support to resistance, back down, retesting the midline. Okay, and so I think that this next move comes to 73.2, not only because it's the target of this inverse head and shoulders, not only because it's the pattern target of this falling wedge, but also because once you get up here to this resistance, which is the resistance of the 60-day channel, your retracement would be down between the 0.5618, which is the typical wave 2 retracement. Again, if this were an impulse, you would have wave 1, which is the move up, and wave 2, which is the retracement of that move up. And you can see, if we came back down to this level right here, you would be doing a 0.5618 Fibonacci retracement, and you would be retesting this inverse head and shoulders neckline resistance as support, and you would be retesting this falling wedge resistance as support, and you would come into the region of the neckline of this channel. And I know some of you are saying, well, Dean, hold up. That last point, we're with you until that last point, because the neckline's clearly up here, and your wave 2 goes down all the way here. The neckline of this inverse head and shoulders is down here. The resistance of this falling wedge is down here. What are you talking about? Well, that's when I tell you that this channel, in my estimation, isn't perfectly orthogonal. One could say it's more like this, right? And that's also consistent with the idea on a higher time frame, and we're not going to get into the higher time frame targets right now, but on a higher time frame, that you're dealing with a massive bull flag. Okay, let's turn off the moon phases indicator. You're dealing with a massive bull flag. So when after that happens and we start looking even higher, once we get this move, like, we can talk about the idea that this entire thing is a flagpole and this is a pennant, a bull flag for a breakout, and we can use this as an element to start measuring potential targets to the upside. And we know I've given on this channel a high time frame upside target of 150K, but again, that's one way to look at this. So if you were to slant this channel a bit, right, you would not only encapsulate this price action a little cleaner, right, you're also encapsulating this inverse head and shoulders neckline as your midline, which makes a ton of sense. And now you have a nice clean boom breakout to your resistance level, right, peaking out just a bit. Oh, Wyckoff spring. It's called a Wyckoff spring. I knew it started with an S. In any case, you're peaking out just a bit, and you come right back down, do that midline retest. Try that again, midline retest. So those are the reasons, the three main reasons I'm seeing the next likely target for Bitcoin to be 73,200, and why I believe that we should hit this target within 24 to 72 hours. In the meantime, expect altcoins to do crazy things, because if Bitcoin is going to make a move from where we're at right now, which is 63.8, right? We're just starting to move, right? All the way to our target of 73.2, which is about a 14% move. Think of what altcoins are going to do. And I want you to also take into account the fact that a lot of altcoins, let me give one example, have been completely distressed, completely down. So if Bitcoin is going to do 16%, if this stuff starts to move, it may go much higher. Look at all of this imbalance, trading imbalance, right? Only sellers partook. Buyers have to come in. They're going to step in. And so again, expect altcoins to do crazy things during this time. I'm not going to talk about altcoins much in this analysis. I'm just going to leave you with the idea that yes, altcoins can do crazy things. Look at Bitcoin dominance and look at what it's getting ready to do. It's getting ready to dump, right? Bitcoin dominance dumping, we know exactly what that means. That essentially tells you that altcoins are in control in terms of the market cap gains in the cryptocurrency market. So that's all I'm going to leave you with today. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Once again, if you got value, like, share, subscribe. Consider subscribing to Buy Me a Coffee. All you have to do is buy me a coffee once and you're a member for life. And that's at the pinned comment below. I hope you're well and taking advantage of this time.
All is well.